elevates a little bit. If you're not quite sure, let that go. And then draw those knees in again. And then let it go. And draw it in again. And one more time, just for fun, let it go. And then draw it in again. Feel that lift through your spine. Keep that lift. And as you inhale, allow yourself to feel a lift through the front of your body. And as you exhale, a heaviness down your back, anchoring you into your seat. So that inhale, a lift up through the front body. Exhale, ease trickling down your back, anchoring you into your seat. Feel free to allow your eyes to close to bring your awareness more within and really feel what's happening in your body. That inhale, that lift up through the front. That exhale, ease down the back, heavy into your seat. Keep allowing that breath to cycle. And as your breath is cycling, I'm going to talk a little bit about where we are within the season. So seasonally, we're in a transitory time, really kind of between the summer and the earth season. And what does all of that really mean? So summer is the fire season, and late summer is the earth season. You can feel it in the air starting to shift. It's a little cooler now in the morning, a little cooler in the afternoon and evening. And what does that mean for us? It means that it's time to be our own mother and really focus on nourishing and nurturing yourself. So maybe ask yourself the question, how can you nurture and care for yourself a little more efficiently? How can you find that balance between the give and the take? So with whatever is bubbled up, let's inhale those arms up to the sky, and then exhale, bow forward to the earth, and allow yourself to get heavy. Allow that breath to soften you into this little forward fold a little further. With whatever bubbled up in regards to being your own mother, nourishing and nurturing yourself, too many N words. Whatever bubbled up for you, take that and that's your intention today. Even if it's not clear, if it's more of a bubbling up feeling within, that's it. Turn your palms up and offer out whatever that is into this space so it can become something more tangible. And then inhale those palms down to the earth. Let's curl all the way back upright. Hands onto your knees. And we're going to start with just some circles. Imagining you've got a pencil on your tailbone. So we're going to exhale over towards your right and back. And then inhale as you come forward, letting your heart open up as you come forward. Exhale back, curl it in. Inhaling as you come forward. And keep finding that circling motion. Yep. And if you want to, you can close your eyes because nobody can see you when your eyes are closed. And then you can switch the direction of these circles, going the opposite way, making them as big as you want, as little as you want, and just feel what's happening. Feel the little pops and crackles that are starting to occur in your body, that freeing up. And then start to bring those circles back to center. Beautiful. We're going to inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, allow your hands to come down onto the earth in front of you. Depending upon your body, you might be able just to roll forward into a tabletop. Some of you might be, oh no, that's not going to happen. So you just swing those legs around and come into tabletop. Beautiful. From your tabletop position, imagine that your knees are dug in sand and feel a scooping of your knees in and up towards your pubic bone. This is the deep front line, and it's also related to the spleen meridian, which may not mean much to you right now, but it's associated with the earth season. So we're going to activate that. Take an inhale, let your heart open up like we're finding a supple cow, because that's the new name of it. And then exhale, let your toes curl under, gather your belly in, let your knees lift a few inches above the earth. Inhale, the knees down, your heart open, finding that supple cow. Exhale, curl in, curl the toes under, lift the knees, hover a few inches. Inhale, the knees down, heart open, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, curl the toes under, lift those knees. Yep. Inhale, knees down, open your heart, broaden those collarbones. Yep. Exhale, round your back, feel those knees lifting up. Inhale, open the heart forward. Exhale, lift the knees. One more time. Inhale, the heart reaches forward. Exhale, let your knees lift up and just stay here. Engage into your core. So the knees are lifted a few inches above the earth. Your chin is in towards your chest, so your neck is long. Let's not strain the neck here. Just a couple more breaths. That exhale to draw into your core. Find that vitality. One more inhale, and then exhale. Press your hips up and back into downward facing dog pose. Nice. Bicycle your legs back and forth. Nice. And let's take the hands and walk them all the way back to the feet at the back of the mat. So you're in a forward fold, your head nice and heavy towards the earth. And take a few breaths to surrender down. Let your head hang heavy. Feel the weight of your head tractioning your spine to the earth. And now make a little box with your arms. Find a gentle sway side to side. Feeding your tissue. And now soften your knees just a bit. Sway your torso over to the right. Engage into your core. Feel a scooping in of your inner thighs. Slowly curl up off to your right side. Come all the way up with the box of your arms overhead. Exhale, take it down to the left. Let your knees soften as you curl down. Inhale, come up off to the right side. Zip up through the inner thighs. Exhale, take it down to the left. Inhale, curl it up. Feel your toes gripping the earth a little bit. That'll help you engaging into that deep front line. Exhale, take it down. Stay to the left. Inhale, curl up off to the left side. Feel your toes gripping the earth. Exhale, take it down to the right. Yep. Inhale, curl it up off to the left. Engage through those inner thighs. Exhale it down to the right. Last time, inhale up to the left. Let your arms reach up to the sky. Yep, so all the way up to stand, arms reaching up. Exhale, gather your hands into heart center. Take a moment, let your eyes close, and come back to that intention of being your own mother. How can you nurture and nourish you? Finding that balance between the give and the take. And with those intentions in your heart and in your mind, let's offer out one collective Om. Deep breath in. Inhale, let the arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down to the earth. Inhale, find a halfway lift. So your hands onto your shins. Let's just find this pose for a moment here. With your hands to your shins, can you let your heart reach so far forward that you almost feel like you're trying to do a back bend? Broaden through those collarbones. Yep. Neck nice and long. Can you feel your sits bones trying to reach back towards the back of the room, like you're flaring your booty back? Yep, flare the booty back, reach your heart even further forward than you think. And now last little thing, can you allow the weight to shift forward towards the balls of your feet? With that weight shifting forward, can you feel how your toes need to grip and those inner thighs engage? Your pelvic floor engages a little bit too, if you can feel that. Take another inhale. Exhale, fold and hang. Find that same long spine. Inhale, halfway lift, your heart reaching so far forward. Exhale, walk your hands out to downward facing dog pose. So let's build our foundation here in downward dog. Earth is all about grounding as well. Inhale, come forward to a plank position so that your shoulders are right over top of your wrists. And now don't change the position of your hands and your feet, hips up and back into your downward dog pose. If your hands are a little further forward than normal, that's okay. Keep it there. Yep, so hips up and back. And now feel your thumb pads, your pointer finger knuckles, your middle finger knuckles pressing into the ground to send the weight up and back into your hips. Broaden your collarbones. If that weight can't go back into your hips, bend your knees and roll your butt cheeks up to the sky. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Take another deep breath in. Empty out those lungs. Walk your feet up to your hands and really feel your core engage as you walk your feet up. Let's take our feet and walk it back. So come back into downward dog pose. So what I mean by engaging into your core, you can even bring your knees down to the mat for a moment and just kind of peek forward. So what I mean by that, I'm going to come over here so PD can see me too. So you can just see me. So as we come forward, really bring the weight into your hands. Be up on your tippy toes so that you're really engaging into your core. Okay, so let's try that. Find your downward dog pose. Lift up onto your tippy toes and walk up towards your hands. The weight's mostly in your hands. Feel your core having to scoop up to get you there. Nice. And then find your forward fold at the head of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, let's roll all the way up to stand. Let your arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank position. Nice solid plank, hold your plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee into your nose. So right knee pulls in. Inhale to your plank, 2 feet to the earth. Exhale now your left knee into your nose. Inhale, plank. Exhale that right knee in again. Inhale, plank. Last time, left knee in. Inhale to your plank. Exhale all the way down to your belly. Let's inhale, peel up just a little bit. Baby cobra, look over your right shoulder. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, peel up, baby cobra, look left. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift your hands up from where they are. Lift your chest up, lift your legs up. Your whole back line is engaged. Take another inhale. Exhale, your hands down, hips to your heels like child's pose. Yep, hips back, and then crawl your hands into your knees. You're sitting up onto your heels, or stand up onto your knees if you need. So whatever works. So we're finding more circular motions. It does kind of blend into the fire season. So those of you that have been taking class with me, some of this might mimic a little bit of fire because we are in that transitory time. So we're going to take that right arm, inhale, sweep it in front of you up to the sky. Exhale, let it lower down. And then your left arm, inhale, it sweeps. Exhale, let it lower down. And again, that right arm, exhale it down. Last time, left arm. Exhale it down. Hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart up, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, hands come forward, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Those thumb pads pressing into the ground, pointer finger knuckles pressing into the ground to get that weight up and back into your hips. Collarbones are broad, neck is free. One more inhale. Empty it out. Core engages. Walk up to your hands like we did before. Yep. Walk it up, walk it up, walk it up, walk it up. Last time I'll make you do it, I promise. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold to the earth. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach those arms up. Lift the heart. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press those thumb pads down, pointer finger knuckles down. Get that weight back and up into your hips. So keep those hands right where they are, Nathan, and push your booty up and back. Yeah, there you go. Head hangs. Now soften your knees a little bit and roll your butt cheeks up. Yes, nice. One more inhale. Empty those lungs, feet to hands, any way you want to get there. You can jump if you want to. You can walk. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Reach up, lift your heart up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Keep your heart open as you lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If that weight can't get out of your shoulders, bend your knees a hell of a lot and let those booties fan up to the sky. Yes, that's the way to do it. Last inhale, empty it out, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, lift the heart. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, no saggy shoulders. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. With that weight into your hips, can you find an element of ease here? Ease in the neck, ease in the shoulders in your downward dog. One more inhale, empty it out, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's find Utkatasana. Bend the knees, your arms up to the sky. So in your Utkatasana, we're going to really, again, build the foundation. Hands to your thighs. Look at your feet. You should have your toes pointing relatively forward. And your knees should be tracking right over top of your second toe. So take a peek at your knees as well. If that's not happening, yeah, that's it, Nathan, nice. If it's not happening, how can you get it to happen? Yep. There it is. Nice. Now let's keep the hands onto the thighs. Keep looking down at what's going on here with those knees. And inhale, let your hips lift up a little bit. And then exhale, let your hips sink down to the ground a little further. Inhale, your hips lift up a little. Exhale, they sink down a little. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. So now that you've got those knees tracking over the second toes, as you lift and lower, you can let those arms reach forward. And can you still feel in your mind's eye that your knees are trying to kind of coordinate that? Because now you have a new pathway, a new coordinated movement. Just a couple more, I promise. We could really do it all day, though. Inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, fold down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your right foot steps to your right hand. Left heel smears down. Let's keep our hands to the ground here for a moment. In this kind of weird runner's lunge, kind of ninja position, feel your right upper leg bone draw back into its socket. That should snuggle your left leg up into its socket as well. What that does, it helps us to engage into our core, our inner thighs, our deep front line. We're going to inhale now, the arms reaching up into warrior one. So really strong foundation. Squeeze into those inner thighs. Yep, and if you look at your feet should be hip width distance apart. We shouldn't be on a balance beam. Yep, there you go. That should help a little bit, Lockie. There we are, nice. So now let's feel that engagement through the inner thighs. Imagine, this is a really weird way to think of it, but I think Lisa actually said this a long time ago. Imagine you're a tube of toothpaste and you're trying to squeeze the toothpaste up and out of your head. So I don't know, you're welcome for that visual, whatever that does to you. I apologize. Take another inhale. Exhale, those hands come down. Step back, chaturanga. I don't know. I swear it was Lisa. I'm pretty sure. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps towards your left hand. Stay down here with your hands to the earth for a moment. Smear that right heel down to the ground and feel that left upper leg bone now draw back into its socket. The right snuggles forward. Before we even come up, look at your feet. Are they hip width distance? If not, you can step your foot over a little bit. Squeeze into those inner thighs. Come on up, warrior one. So again, we're just tubes of toothpaste today. We're going to squeeze into those inner thighs. Feel like you're squeezing everything up and out. Yes, that's it. So feeling that foundational element, giving you the ability to lift. We have to ground down to lift up. Another inhale. Exhale, those hands come down. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And can you again find that aspect of ease in your downward dog? Those thumbs pressing down, that weight shifting back into your hips. Good. One more inhale. Empty those lungs, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, one breath. Exhale, fold down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Don't rush it. Inhale, upward facing dog. It's a full breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, reach up to your warrior one. Squeeze in through your inner thighs. Exhale, hands down, step back, chaturanga. And your next downward dog, you can throw that on your mat. Yep, go on through all the way over. Left foot then steps forward. Inhale, squeeze into those inner thighs as you reach up into your warrior one. And then exhale, move through your vinyasa. Take your time. This is your breath pace. All the way through to downward facing dog pose. A few breaths in your downward dog to settle, to find ease. Space in the neck, space in the shoulders. One more inhale. Empty it out, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing, right foot forward. Inner thighs are engaged as you inhale, reach up and out. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. That chaturanga, emptying the lungs, filling on that upward facing, emptying again, downward facing, left foot forward. The inner thighs bring you up, and then exhale, move through your vinyasa. Yep, your pace. And if these vinyasas are like, you know what, it's just a little too much for me today, you can just take a downward dog or a child's pose. You always have that option. This is your practice. Honor yourself and what you need. Nourish yourself. Be your own mother. Do it. Take another deep breath in. Empty those lungs, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. I guess it depends on what kind of a mother you want to be. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana. This could get really crazy. Exhale, fold down to the ground. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open that heart. Exhale, downward facing, right foot forward. Inner thighs are engaged as you inhale. Reach up and then move through your vinyasa. That exhale as you move through your chaturanga. And then when you're ready, left foot steps forward, inner thighs to help you to reach up and then move through that chaturanga. Deep breath in, upward facing dog. Empty it out, downward facing dog. Whenever you arrive in downward dog, no rush. Let's take a deep breath in and let a nice. One more inhale. And let's take our hands and walk them all the way back to the feet. So we're at the back of the mat in a forward fold. Awesome. Nice heavy head. Let your feet open up as wide as your mat. Yep. And we're going to bend the knees and bring the elbows onto our thighs. So not quite a malasana. We'll get there in a little bit, Deb. Don't worry. got them all stored up for Angie later. All the malasanas are coming. We're going to inhale, let the heart reach forward. Exhale, round your back, chin to chest. Inhale, heart forward. So we've got our supple cow. Exhale, round into our arching cat. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round the back. This is that give and take. Find that give and take here, that opening in the front and the opening in the back. And as we open in the front, we close the back. And as we open in the back, we close the front, that pulsation that occurs here. And then exhale, pour it down to the ground. Keep your feet wide and let's slowly curl all the way up to stand. And just let your hands find your hips. Some of you know this move quite well by now. So we're going to find some infinity symbols in our pelvis. And I have your feet wide just because for some of us that maybe have some immobilities in the pelvis, it's a little easier. If you want to walk your feet into hip width, you're welcome to do that. We're going to trace a figure 8 with our hips. And as we do that, you're just kind of seeing and feeling what feels a little stickier. So you can close your eyes. And there might be a side, if you imagine like your hips kind of like tires, as you swing your hip around, is there a side that feels like your tire kind of got a little flat? And if that's a yes, how can you fill that tire up? Maybe it's kind of pausing on that side or that spot and just giving it like you're scratching an itch. Yep. That's it. And now let's bring it on back to center. Inhale those arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold it down. And now in your forward fold, can you find those figure 8s here? Yeah. You can even make a box with your arms. So it's kind of like that torso sway, but the pelvis is the impetus of this movement. And release hands to the earth, feet back to hip width distance apart. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, walk it out, downward facing dog pose. Your right leg is going to inhale, reach up to the sky. Bring your heel to your bum, and we're going to point the knee down to the ground. So if you had a flashlight on your kneecap, it would be shining down to your mat. Yep. So knee to the ground. We're going to do some big circles here. Inhale, open your knee to the right, and then exhale, circle it up to the sky, down to the ground. Inhale, open to the right. Exhale, down to the ground. If this is a bit much, you can come into a little tabletop and do the same thing with your hips. And now this time, as you twist your hip open to the right, big, big twist of the hip open. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. So hands to the earth. Take a moment here. We're not going to smear the heel down. You're going to keep the ball of your foot to the ground, your heel reaching behind you. That same engagement of the inner thighs. Draw your right upper leg bone back so the left snuggles in. And now we've got that core strength to reach us up into crescent warrior. So really feel that core support and engagement here. Awesome. We're going to take an exhale. Let the weight get heavy back towards your left leg. Take a, feel that ease, that surrender. Inhale. And now as you exhale, weight forward to your right foot. Let your left knee lift up, elbows in. Inhale, step it back to your crescent lunge. Let that weight get heavy back. Exhale, bring it forward, knee up, elbows in, core engaged. Inhale, take it back, weight heavy back. Exhale, bring it forward. One more time. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, bring it forward, stay here. Now our left knee is going to make circles. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, let it open. We're going to take the ball of the foot behind your right leg, knees bent, trying to square your hips forward. So both knees have a nice little bend into it. Now we're going to take our left arm, reach it overhead, right hand pushes across your belly. Squeeze into your inner thighs. Feel that zipping up, your pelvic floor engaging if, again, that's something that you can sense. And now weight into your right leg. We're going to take that left leg around. Your left arm frames your leg, your right arm up to the sky. Squeeze into your core. One more inhale, let your knee lift up. Exhale, take it back into airplane pose. And now, if you can in the sky, we're going to twist that left hip open and step back into warrior two. Very graceful, lovely. So bring your hands to your hips. Check out your feet. Your right heel should be dividing your left arch in half. Awesome. And kick that left heel back just a little more than maybe you normally would. Yep. And anchor into your outer edge of your left foot. Arms out to your T. Nice. Bend that right knee a little bit further. Even a little bit deeper. Can you feel that inhale, that little lift up through the front body? And exhale that ease down the back. Feel the heaviness down your back, into your hips, into your legs, and into your feet. Feel a surrender. That's it. 2 more breaths to feel your bones taking the weight. 1 more. Feel that heaviness in. And then inhale, left hand to your left leg, right arm up to the sky. Reverse your warrior. Yep, so left hand back. Straighten through your right leg. And really allow the weight to sink back into your left hip. Nice. Inhale, come on up. And then we're going to exhale, reach it out to triangle pose. Your right fingertips reach forward, right hand down towards your right shin, left arm up to the sky, keeping that right leg nice and straight. Broad through those collarbones. So we're going to get some nice circular motions with our left arm. So exhale your left arm over your head. Take it down to the ground. Inhale back to your hip and up to the sky. Exhale overhead, down to the ground. Inhale up to the sky like a big windmill, just letting your arms sweep in big circles. Exhale as it goes down. Inhale as it lifts up. Yeah, big circles. That's it. Now this next time as your arm reaches up to the sky, your whole torso lifts all the way up. And we're going to turn our toes towards the long edge of the mat for a moment. And then we're going to turn our toes out to the side. Wide second position, right, Meg? Yeah, all right, I thought so. We're going to come down into goddess temple pose. So not quite malasana, but goddess temple gives us a chance to open up our legs. So feel your thighs rolling back. We're going to find our elbows into a cactus position. This is going to get a little wild and crazy here, so just kind of stick with me. We're going to do a little side bend over to your left leg. So left elbow onto your left thigh. And now take your right arm, sweep it down to the ground so it brushes the earth. And now right elbow is going to come onto your right quad. Inhale, your left arm sweeps you up to the sky, so it's a big circle. Exhale, side bend to the left. That right arm overhead down to the ground. Inhale, that right elbow reaches to the right thigh as your left arm brings you up. Exhale, over to the left. I'm going to come over here so y'all can see me over on this side too. So exhale it over. And that inhale, that right arm brings you up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Yep. Inhale. And I'll go ahead and inhale all the way up to stand. Let your legs straighten. Toes turn towards that long edge of the mat. Fold down to the ground. Nice wide-legged forward fold. Find a halfway lift in your spine here. So can you find that same halfway lift that we found a little while ago at the beginning of the practice? Keep the length in your spine. Can you feel like you're pulling your heart to the ground? So rather than your belly folding you forward, let your chest fold you forward. Try to keep your spine long. Your feet are active here. The outer edges of your feet are pressing. If you had your feet in sand, you'd be scooping them in towards each other a little bit. Feeling that activation of that deep front line. Yep, that's it, Lucky. Oh, yeah. And now can you allow your spine to hang a little heavier? Can you let your head get a little heavier? One more. Surrender it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands over to your right foot. Pivot all 10 toes to face forward. So we end up in a runner's lunge position. Your right foot is the one that is in between your hands. That's the one that's going to move. So that foot, the one between your hands, you're going to kick it up behind you into a one-legged dog. Yeah, there we go. Right heel to your bum. You can flip your dog over, meaning twisting your hips all the way over to the right, stepping your right foot behind your left leg. And then reaching that right arm up to the sky. Yep. And if that's not going to happen for you, you just stay in that twisted of your hip position, that nice open downward dog pose, whatever you need. Care for yourself, nourish yourself. And let's inhale, unflip, reaching that right leg up and back, right knee to your right wrist for half pigeon because, I am a mother. We're going to inhale, let your heart lift up to the sky. Exhale, let your heart fold down to the earth. From the pit of your belly, we're going to inhale, ripple up. So a little bit of fire in here. Your heart lifts up to the sky. Exhale, that heart folds you down to the earth. One more time. Inhale, ripple up from your belly. Let that heart lift you up. Exhale, the heart leads the way down. Crawl the arms forward, forehead to the earth. The most loved earth in all of Lancaster right now. Maybe. It might be somebody else kicking somebody else's ass in a yoga class somewhere else here in Lancaster. There's a whole hell of a lot of yoga studios, As you're breathing and surrendering here, allowing yourself to stay present with a little mantra. Perhaps that inhale, I am, and the exhale, here. Inhale, I am. Exhale, here. The earth element gives us the right to be here. Maybe a little rock of those hips side to side, loosening up any adhesions. And just notice your shoulders. Is there any gripping in your shoulders? Maybe you got to adjust the elbows a little bit to give the shoulders and the neck some more space. A few more breaths. Be here in this moment. If there's any more that you can let go of, now's the time. And then gently crawl your hands in towards your right knee. Your torso is up. Curl your left toes under so your left knee lifts up away from your mat. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back into that one-legged downward dog. Twist your hip open. And then exhale, right foot lowers down just into downward dog pose. Inhale, ripple forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga all the way down to the ground, all the way to your belly. Take your hands and interlace them around behind your back. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your hands back to the back of the room so your chest lifts. And then can you reach your legs so far back that they just lift up off of your mat? Yes. So feeling that reaching of the hands back, but an ease, a softening of the heart forward. Feel an inhale, that lift, that opening of the heart, that exhale, ease it forward. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, soften all the way down to the ground. Let your arms release to either side of you. Your head turns to one side. It doesn't matter which, because we'll switch in a moment. Again, allow the earth to support you here. Can you surrender? And then forehead down to the ground. Again, interlace those hands behind your back. Pull your hands back so that chest lifts. Reach your legs so far back that they lift. And this time, if you want to do some swimmer kicks, go for it. It helps us to engage into that deep front line, our spleen meridian, which is said to take all of our nutrients throughout our body in Chinese medicine, and then let it all go. Lower down to the ground, arms to your side, turning your head the opposite way of which it was the last time. So in real medicine, or in not real medicine, but in Western medicine, the biology that I studied, our spleen stores blood. So it is actually a reserve. It's our own personal blood bank. Even if you don't have a spleen, you still have a spleen meridian. And now forehead down to the ground, hands by your ribs. We're going to get ready for upward facing dogs. We're going to squeeze into those inner thighs. Inhale, press your hands down to peel your chest up, squeezing into those inner thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Let's take a recentering breath. Inhale. Let that go. Nice. Inhale, left leg up to the sky because we have a left side. Heel to your bum. Twist that left hip open to the left. Or actually, sorry, I missed it. We're going to bring our knee to the ground. We're pointing it to the earth. Darn, I got it though. Thank goodness. We're going to let that left knee open to the left. So if you need to be in your tabletop, you can, or you're in a downward dog, big circles with your left knee. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale it down to the ground. Big circles. Inhale to the left. Exhale it down to the ground. Now this time, inhale, twist your hip all the way open to the left. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. So stay in your runner's lunge for a moment here. That left upper leg bone draws back. Your right draws forward. Squeeze into your inner thighs and then reach those arms up to your crescent lunge. Yep, arms up to the sky. Inner thighs are engaged. And instead of that right heel smeared down, yep, we're up on the ball of the foot here. Perfect. Can you allow the weight to trickle back into your right leg? That inhale up the front, that heaviness to your right leg. Take another inhale. And then exhale, let your right leg come forward. Your right knee lifts, elbows in. Inhale, step it back. I'll move away from you. Exhale, bring it forward. Knee lifts up, elbows in, belly in. Yep, inhale, step it back, weight heavy back. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, take it back, heavy back. Exhale, bring it forward. It's just a weight shift. Inhale, the weight shifts back. Exhale, the weight shifts forward. Stay forward. Elbows in, belly in, and now circles with your right knee. Inhale, that right knee opens to the right. Exhale it down and back up in front. Inhale to the right. Exhale down and back up. Couple more. Good. And now this time, inhale, let your knees stay open to the right. Take the ball of your foot behind your left foot a little bit. Yep. Knees are bent. So both knees bent. Try to square your hips. Yeah. Right arm overhead. And we're going to take that left hand across your belly. Nice. Squeeze into your inner thighs. Yeah. And I just saw in my periphery, I saw everybody get a little taller, which is pretty cool. Now let your weight shift into your left leg and go ahead and bring that right leg around. That right arm frames it. Left arm up to the sky. Yes. Yes. Squeezing into those inner thighs. And then inhale, lift that right knee up. Exhale, take it back to your airplane pose. Beautiful, everyone. Yep, squeeze into those inner thighs. That'll help you find balance. Hands to prayer. Twist your right hip open to the right. Step back. Warrior two. Nice. Hands to your hips. Take a peek at your feet. Left heel is dividing your right arch in half. If that's not happening, move those feet around. I didn't say it on the other side, but I think it bears repeating or saying on this side rather. Let your feet take up a lot of space on your mat. I'm seeing some of you, not everybody, some of you that the feet are a little closer than probably your height would be allowed for. Yep, there we go. Even wider, Nathan. Come on, take up some space. There we go. That's it. Bend that left knee a little bit more, and then arms out to your T. So we're going to allow, again, our bones to support us. Allow your foundation to support you. Feel that inhale, that lift up through the front body. Exhale, ease down the back. Feel that heaviness into your bones. Yeah, there it is. Good, Audrey. And then tail under a little bit. Good. Find heaviness. Let your foundation support you. Let that tension move away from your shoulders. Maybe bend your left knee a little more. It'll make you burn in other areas, I promise. If you just go a little deeper, you're welcome. Anytime, I got you, Kristen. And now right hand back onto your right leg. Sweet relief. Straighten the left leg. Reach that left arm. Whoa, I got you overhead. There we are. Nice. All that weight melts back into your right leg. Beautiful. Inhale, bring it up. Soften it out to triangle pose. Nice straight left leg. Beautiful. Very nice. See if you can tuck your tail under a little bit and fill your lower back. Yes. Very nice. Now big circles with the right arm. Exhale it over your head, down to the ground. Inhale back to your right hip, up to the sky. Exhale overhead to the ground. Inhale up to the sky. So just a big circle, a big windmill. That exhale down, the inhale up. You can let your eyes follow your arm. Your whole body can move with this motion. Yep. And now last time, inhale, let your arm come all the way up. Your torso lifts up with it to stand. Turn the toes to face that long edge of your mat. And again, we're going to find that wide second position. So turn those toes out, hands to your hips, and bend those knees. So we're doing the opposite circle, which I know it's a little confusing, but you'll get it eventually. So we're going to come into our goddess temple pose, and we're going to side bend over to our left. I'm going to do my left because I think I might we're going to the right this time. So I'm going to do my right because otherwise I'll get confused. Your left arm is going to sweep down to the ground, and then your left elbow comes onto your left thigh, and your right arm, inhale, sweeps you up. Exhale over to the right. That left arm sweeps down, left elbow to your left thigh. Inhale, that right arm brings you up. Yep, again, exhale over to the right. Left arm comes down. Inhale, that right arm brings you up. One more time. Exhale. Inhale to come up, and we're going to inhale all the way up to stand. Turn the toes forward and fold it on down to the ground. If you are craving an inversion and you want to go for it, please do. If you want to just find that surrendering into this fold, go for it. Those outer edges of your feet pressing into the earth. Have those toes point a little bit more forward, Karen. Yep, even more. There we are. Awesome, you got it. Can you find that heaviness of the head? Yep. Give your spine some space here. Maybe find those figure eights if you'd like, that we found a little while ago. Mobilizing your hips. And then inhale, find your halfway lift. Walk your hands over to your left foot. Pivot all 10 toes to face forward. The left foot is the one that's in front of you. It's the one that's going to move. Inhale, your left leg kicks up and back into a one-legged dog. Yes. Heel to your bum, and now we can flip our dog over. Yep, so you can twist that left hip all the way open, step that foot across, pushing your hips up to the sky, or you stay in that semi-flipped dog position, twisting that hip open. So breathing into whatever you've got. One more breath here. Empty it out, and then inhale, unflip that dog, left leg up to the sky, and then left knee to your left wrist for half pigeon. A little heart opening here first. Inhale, open your heart to the sky. Exhale, let the heart pour down, lead the way. From the pit of the belly, like a snake, inhale, ripple your spine up, heart lifts up. Exhale, the heart leads the way. One more time, inhale, that snake rippling up your spine, heart lifts. Exhale, the heart leads the way, and then just stay on down. Crawl those arms forward. Nourishing yourself here in this restful pose. On that inhale, I am, and as you exhale, here. That inhale, I am, the exhale, here. If those words wander, that's all a part of the process and the practice. If you notice it, then you're practicing mindfulness, which is wonderful. Just gently bring yourself back to that inhale, I am, and that exhale, here. Maybe some rocks of those hips side to side. Working out any adhesions. And then bring your pelvis back to center and let it get heavy. Check in with your shoulders. Check in with your neck. A few more breaths here to surrender and melt. And again, if there's anything left that you want to release in this pose, now's the time. Let it go. And then inhale, crawl those hands in towards your left shin. Your torso lifts up. The right toes are going to curl under, so the right knee lifts up away from your mat. And then inhale, reach that left leg up and back, heel to your bum, twist your hip open. And now left foot steps outside of your left hand at the head of the mat. Right foot steps outside of the right hand at the head of the mat. We're coming into Malasana, yoga squat. I told you it was coming. We made it. So we're going to find a little twist here in our Malasana. So you're going to take your right arm, reach it in front of your right shin, and your left arm reaches up to the sky. Yep, perfect, Megan. Nice. Can you broaden your collarbones even more? And some of you might be able to flip your palms behind you and bind around your right shin. Yep. And if you do get a bind there, can you open that left collarbone a little more? Nice. That's it, locking you. Instead of under your bum around, we'll do it on the other side. Hands to the earth, hips up to the sky. And just let your hips do those little figure eights. Wash it away. Awesome. And now walk your feet in so that they're hip width distance. We're going to take our peace fingers around our big toes. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, soften your heart to the earth. Find that fold. And then release your fingers from your toes. Walk your feet back out. Turn those toes out, back into your squat. So in your Malasana, in the yoga squat, now we're going to take the left arm in front of the left shin and reach that right arm up to the sky. Yep, so left arm instead of behind your leg, Lachlan, you're going to bring it in front. There you go, yep. And then if you can turn those palms behind, bend those elbows and bind around, rolling that right shoulder open. Want to give it a go or no? What's that? Okay. And then hands on down to the ground, hips up to the sky. Swish those legs, swish those hips, wash it away. Walk the feet in, hip width distance again. Lift up the front of the feet and slide your hands beneath. So hands to feet pose. Inhale, find your halfway. Exhale, fold it down. And then release your hands from your feet. We're going to zip up through those inner thighs. Inhale, curl all the way up to stand. Let your arms reach up to the sky, and then gather your hands in a heart center. So we're going to find our feet and find a little extra balance. Let your weight shift over to your right foot, and then let your left knee lift up. So kind of like we did at the during our little crescent lunge flow. So we're squeezing in through here. You can take your your left hand onto your left knee, or you can take your peace fingers around your left big toe and extend the leg forward. So it's up to you. And wherever you are, whether it's just holding on to that left knee or the big toe, we're going to take that left leg out to the side and let your right arm reach open to the right. Feel broad across those collarbones. Yep. And now bring that knee forward. We're going to switch the hands outside of knee or outside of foot, and then let your opposite arm reach open into a twist. Yep. Inhale, bring it forward. Allow that left knee to lift up a little higher. Exhale, taking it back into airplane pose that we were in a little bit ago. And now hands to prayer. We're going to twist it open into half moon pose. So your right fingertips can come down to the earth. Yep, that left arm up to the sky. I'm going to try it again. I'll help you balance. No, no mommy help. And now 2 hands down to the ground. Float your left leg up to the sky. So a standing split pose. So left leg way, way up to the sky. Yep. And now we're going to take the left knee down to the ground inside of your right foot. Sitting onto your left heel, pushing your hips up to the sky. And if none of that works, you just go with the range that works for you. Focus on that range that works for you. And now we're going to crawl it forward. Hands come down. Inhale, kick that left leg back up. Exhale, left knee comes down. And again, you work with the range that you have. Inhale if you can, opening up through the front. Exhale, lower it back down, crawl forward. Inhale, kick that left leg up. Exhale, the knee comes down. And again, work with your range. Go where you can. Inhale, lift if it's available. Exhale, lower it down. Kick that leg up to the sky. And then go ahead and lower that right foot down next to the left foot. Fold and hang. Wash it away. Figure eights with the hips. Nice. Inhale, curl all the way up to stand. Let your arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, bringing your hands to heart center, and then bring them down onto your hips. So allow that weight to shift over to your left foot, allowing your right knee to lift up. Squeeze into those inner thighs. And then right hand is either going to stay onto your right knee or hook around your right big toe. Yep, so right hand, right knee, or big toe. And that left arm up to the sky. Either knee or leg is going to open to the right. Left arm reaches to the left. Yep. Squeeze in through those inner thighs. Broaden across those collarbones. Nice. And then bring the right knee forward. Switch the hands. Left hand outside of knee or foot. Right arm reaches open to the right. Inner thighs super active here. And bring it on forward. Inhale, lift that right knee up, I think. And then take it back, airplane pose. It is. It's the right knee. My brain's all confused. Hands to prayer. Half moon pose. Twisting that right hip open to the right. Can you reach that left or right leg rather up a little higher? Yep, sometimes the right leg gets a little lazy here. Can you lift it up, engage through that leg? And now hands to the earth, kick that right leg up to the sky as high as it can go. Yep, kick it up there. And I know this is going to sound kind of crazy, but can you soften your leg up to the sky? Can you allow your heart to soften more towards the ground as your leg melts up to the sky? Yep. That's it. Now let your right knee come down to the ground inside of your left foot. So we're in this kind of weird half kneeling position. And again, work with your range. You might just be here and kind of focusing on trying to open up your knee. If you can, crawl it back, sitting onto your heel. Inhale, maybe lifting through the front body. Exhale, lower it down. Bring it forward. Inhale, kick that right leg up. Exhale, the knee comes down. Again, work with your range of motion. Inhale, maybe lifting up through the front. Exhale it down, crawl it forward. Inhale, kick the leg. Exhale it down, crawl it back. Last time, inhale, lifting through the front body if it's there. Last time to crawl it forward. Inhale, kick that right leg up. Exhale, lower the right foot next to the left foot. Fold and hang. Find those figure eights, wash it away. Very nice. Inhale, unfurl all the way up to stand. Last standing pose, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer. We're finding tree, finding that anchoring point. Let's bring the weight into the left foot. Right foot comes to the left inner leg somewhere. Maybe even the ball of the foot's to the floor, but if it can come all the way up above the knee, great. Go where you can go. It might need to be below the knee. Your foot and your thigh are engaged into each other, hands to prayer. Broaden through those collarbones. And then once you feel that balance, that grounding down, you can grow your tree up. Yep, you can reach those arms up to the sky. Feeling a lift through the front body. And that spirit of transitioning from fire to earth, a lift of the heart, maybe that gaze going up to the sky. If your gaze goes up, you might wobble. It's okay. It happens. And then everybody, 2 feet down, hands to heart. Just bend your knees back and forth just to shimmy your hips a little bit. And then other side. Yep, so left foot wherever it can go. Hands to prayer, finding that balance. Inner thighs to help you find balance and stability here. And as you're ready, go ahead and grow your tree. That grounding down to help you to lift up. Maybe that heart lifts. Maybe the gaze goes up and you get some wobbles. And everybody, 2 feet down, hands to prayer, bend those knees, shimmy it out. And let's work our way to the head of the mat if you're not quite there. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky like we did in the beginning. Exhale, fold down to the earth. Inhale, your halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. We're going to bring our knees down onto the mat, standing up onto our knees. Yep, so stand on up to those knees. And as you're standing to your knees, keep your toes pointed. So we're going to find some core engagement here. Imagine, again, you've got your knees are now in sand, and we're scooping our knees in and up towards our pubic bone. And that helps us to engage into that deep front line, that deep core. We're going to take our hands into a prayer. If your lower back is a little finicky, have one hand to your heart and one hand wrapped around behind your back, just so you can pay attention to your lower back. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, rock back, inner thighs squeezing in. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, rock it back, one solid piece. Inhale forward, exhale it back. If you're feeling pretty good in your lower back, you could bring your hands to prayer, or if you want to switch your hands, you can switch the other hand to your heart, the other hand behind your back. Yep. Just a couple more of these rocks. Nice. One more. Take it back. Inhale, bring it forward. Let's take the hands around behind the back. Interlace those hands, roll the shoulders back, pull the hands down to the ground, lift your heart up to the sky. If you want to reach for your heels, go for it. If that feels like it's accessible in your body, by all means. Otherwise, inhale, feel your heart really, really lifting up to the sky. Yes. Feel your hands pulling down to the earth. That's it, Nathan. Nice. And come on up, sit down to your heels, hands to your thighs. Just take a pause. You can close your eyes and come back to that intention of mothering, nourishing, caring for yourself. And then let's shift on over to the right hip. Swing those legs to face towards the head of the mat. So we're just sitting on our bums with our legs stretched forward. We're going to do a curl down, but a really nice slow curl down. Let your arms reach forward. And you're going to slowly tuck your tail under and start to curl the lower back down to the ground. As you curl down, you will likely find a spot that if you let go, you're going to just collapse to the earth. Pause at that spot. Can you blow the air out and really melt your belly into that spot? If you still flop, it's okay. Who cares? On your exhales, just blow it out. And can you articulate a little further? If you flop, it's okay. But keep playing with it. How slow can you go and truly articulate those vertebrae all the way down. Nice. Very good. Bend those knees, soles of the feet onto the earth. We're going to lift on up into bridge pose. So push your feet down, lift your hips up, your lower back, your upper back. Interlace your hands beneath you. Tuck those shoulders under. Yep. And can you feel that inhale, that lift up through the front body, and that exhale, that ease trickling down your back, softening the shoulder blades down your back. Yep. Can you tuck those shoulders under a little more? Yeah, that's it. Open the chest. Yep. Let your chest open here. So this is a yoga bridge, not a Pilates bridge or a bar bridge. Really allow your chest to open here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Yep. And then inhale, release your hands, slowly lower it down one vertebrae at a time. Yep, release those hands out from beneath you, seal. There you go. Swish those knees side to side. And knees up to the sky again. We're gonna potentially go into wheel pose. You can take your hands overhead, fingertips face the shoulders, your palms down to the earth, or bridge in gymnastics if you have anything, I don't know. I feel like, no, you're dance. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're gonna inhale, lift up into our wheel pose. So zipping up through those inner thighs. And as you're in your wheel, on that inhale again, vitality, squeezing through the inner thighs, lift up. If wheel ain't happening, you can always go to bridge. It's totally fine. Do what you need to do. 2 more breaths where you are. 1 more inhale. Exhale, come on down. Swish the knees side to side. And again, knees to the sky, hands overhead. If you're going for a wheel, do it. Otherwise, get into your bridge and go. Find your pose. Inner thighs are zipping in like nobody's business. Can you soften your heart? This is a heart opening pose. Allow that chest to open. Yes, Paige, so nice. 1 more inhale. Exhale, lower it on down. Swish those knees. And let's find it again. Let's meet Megan and Lachlan where they are. Bridge or wheel, do it. Find it. Zip up through those inner thighs. Breathe into your chest. Breathe into your shoulders softening. Where don't you need to work in this pose? Can you find some softening somewhere? Can you find a little extra energy by letting go somewhere else? 1 more inhale. Exhale, come on down. Swish those knees. We only have 1 more to go. That's it. Only 1. We can do this. Knees to the sky, hands overhead. Let's do it. Find your bridge. Find your wheel. Do it. Do it. Find your pose. Bridge is fine. You know, bridge is a great pose. It really is. It's a lovely pose. One of my favorites, truly. And come on down. Swish those knees first. Just let that go. And then bring your feet together, knees out to the side, finding Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclining bound angle pose. And in this pose, allow your hands just to find your hips, your elbows bent out to the side, and allow yourself to feel a true surrender into the ground. Allow the earth to support you. Let's close our knees like a book. Hug your knees into your chest. Do some circles 3 times one way just to massage your back and your sacrum. And then 3 times the opposite way. We're getting ready for some core work here. So you're going to bring the knees right up above your hips, your shins parallel to the earth. And then take your hands back behind your hamstrings, back behind your thighs. Curl your chin up to your chest. I got to get my timer going here for us. It's a minute pose. So your chin's up to your chest. You can stay here holding on to your thighs. It's a really great place. We're still blowing the air out and melting the belly into the spine. You could take your arms and reach them forward beyond your legs. It makes it a little more challenging. Can you blow that air out? If you're feeling pretty good here and you want to add a little more, your legs can come out into a straddle. This is a little easier than your legs together, but do what works for your body. If straddle's a good pose for you, go for it. If you want to bring your legs together, or hey, if you're like, you know what, I really like being here, it's totally fine to be here with your knees bent and holding on to your hamstrings. You do you. This is a great pose to do every single day. It's what allowed me to find my abs after I had 3 babies. Holy cannoli. Each exhale, melting that belly button into your spine. We have a little less than 10 seconds to go. I just turned my phone off so I can't see the time. 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees and lower it down. Woo! Rock it side to side. That's called a hollow body. And now stretch your legs straight up to the sky. Hands to either side of your ears. Curl your chin up to your chest. We're going to point our toes and make it look pretty. And you can stay here with your hands to either side of your ears with your chin up, or you can take your arms and reach them forward beyond your legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, let your right leg lower down and hover a few inches above the earth. Inhale, let it lift. Exhale, that left leg lowers down. Inhale, it lifts. Exhale, the right leg. Keep going. little back fart going on there, Lachlan. Hey, it's all good. It's not what you think it is, everybody. It's okay. That exhale to lower and that inhale to lift. The exhale to lower, the inhale to lift. One more time, each side, right leg, and then the left leg, and then hug those knees in, lower the head, rock it side to side. Let's give ourselves a nice full body stretch. Stretch those legs all the way long, arms over your head. Stretch it out. Reach your right arm and your right leg a little further away from each other. Let it go. And then left leg, left arm, reach. Let it go. And then both arms, both legs. And hug those knees into your chest. So we're going to find an upside down pose. If your upside down pose requires you to rock up, go for it. Or you can stay on your back for leg up the wall or shoulder stand. Leg up the wall pose, you're welcome to use a block beneath your sacrum to elevate your hips a little bit higher. We're going to take the legs and try to just lift them up to the sky for leg up the wall. It's as simple as that. For shoulder stand, your legs can draw all the way over your head as if you're going into, plow pose. Oh my goodness gracious. And then lifting your legs straight up to the sky if you are going for shoulder stand. Shoulder standers, let your right ankle cross in front of your left ankle and kind of hoist your legs up, squeezing your ankles in. Yep. And then switch, other ankle in front. And again, do a little hoist, squeeze it up. Beautiful. Feet right next to each other. And feel like you're pointing your feet. So it's a pointing of your foot, but a flexing of your toes towards your face. Yep. That's it. Shoulder standers, you can take your legs now overhead into your plow pose. And just go where you can. Your body will tell you if it's too far. Listen to your body. Listen to the intelligence of your body. And now gently, slowly lower all the way down. If you were in a headstand, give yourself a moment in child's pose. Knees into your chest. And let's hug the right knee into the chest, allowing your left leg to stretch all the way long on your mat. Do a little rock of your right knee out and over across your body. So to the right and to the left. Yep. And then let that right knee rock all the way over to the left, reaching your right arm to the right, turning your head to the right, wringing your spine out. Can you allow your right palm to turn up to the sky to soften your shoulder blade down your back? Feel a heaviness and a surrender into this twist. And instead of flopping back onto your back to go to the other side, can you feel like your right upper leg bone pulls into its socket? Your core brings you back onto your back. Hug the right knee into your chest again. And then inhale, float that right leg up to the sky and let that right leg lower all the way down to the earth. And now let that left knee hug into the chest. Give it a little rock side to side. And then rock it all the way over to the right. Left arm reaches to the left, turning your head to the left. Your left palm up to the sky, melting your left shoulder blade down your back. Yep. Find that surrender through your exhale. And instead, again, of flopping it back to your back, and you let your left upper leg bone draw back into its socket, your core takes you back. Hug that left knee into your chest once more. And then inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, lower it down to the ground. Hug both knees into the chest. Happy baby pose, reaching your hands for your feet. Knees are wide. A little rock here, side to side. And then let your feet release down to the ground. Swish those knees side to side. We made it to Shavasana. Stretch those legs long. Allow your arms and your shoulders to adjust. That inhale, I am here. The exhale, I am now. Be here in this present moment for our last few moments together. And as I mentioned before, if you notice your mind wanders, that is mindfulness. Just gently bring it back to that inhale, I am here. The exhale, I am now. And I'll let you know when we can start to move and come back upright. Enjoy being here. You can keep your head nice and heavy. I got you. Yeah, there we go. Nice. If you're noticing any tension creeping into your system, can you soften it? This is your time to nourish your body, to nourish your mind, to nourish your spirit. A few more moments to be here now. And before we start to invite movement back into the body, come back to how can you mother yourself a little more fully? How can you find the balance between what you give and what you take? And whatever bubbles up for you, allow that to be your intention for this season as you deepen into your breathing, wiggling your fingers and your toes, and then hug those knees right on into your chest. A little rock side to side. Then rock it on over to your right side, turning your forehead to the ground or to your mat. You can move your right elbow out of the way if you need. The center of the forehead is a space to keep you connected to your truth, keep you connected to who you are and what you are. And as you come back home to yourself, find love, gratitude, and acceptance for you. Then gently lift all the way up, coming into a cross-legged position. Hands to your knees, feeling that nice tall spine, your eyes closed. And find again that inhale, that subtle lift up through the front body. Exhale, that ease trickling down the back. A few cycles to be here in this moment, appreciating the shift that your practice allowed for you, whatever it was, whatever it is, a shift has occurred. Let's inhale, arms to the sky, palms together, thumbs to the forehead for right thought, lips for honest speech, heart center, loving action. Let's seal our practice with one more Om. Deep breath in. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you, Petey. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Really, really lovely work. Thank you all for being here. And just to share this, this little crew and this horseshoe and this other little redhead, they're all graduated from high school and like on to their next season of life. So it was really special having them here because I feel like I have kind of been a mother to these guys a little bit. So it's kind of perfect. And Megan has been a mother to this guy for a very long time. So you can tell whenever the three of them together, he's obviously their kid, you know? So anyway, so thank you all so much for sharing this practice with me today. Thank you. Thank you.